It's Brice!
Oh, hey, Elise.
Is it time for another collab?
Yeah. You got to make this video over 4 minutes.
Oh, awesome. There's the baggage claim, the ground transport, and the women. But of course, if you look to the left, it's clearly a terrible news station. I was supposed to wake up at 5 for a taxi pickup at 6 so that I could get on my plane that left at 9. I got here late because I woke up at 7:45. So, don't do that. I've heard that this is the kind of thing that happens to every traveler at least once. Live lobsters to fly. Get a box of live lobsters on your plane so you can eat them. Lobsters. Kids meal for lunch. What the hell even is this? Oh, it's a Strawberry Shortcake character. I do not know this character's name, but I know that she can dance. Yeah, get down.
We gave Blueberry Bun Cake a new home. All right, so we're gonna have a horse race at this park. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, by the way, Elise won.
But I did a saddle wheelie.
Yeah, but that slowed you down.
No.
Now, welcome back to the Elise Brown Show.
Hi, Elise
This
Brown
is
Show.
my talk show. Brice, last week, you should have published your video the week before last week.
Well, I was sort of in a plane.
You still published it late, so...
And I admit that.
Yep, and I'm glad you admit that. So, to punish you, we have decided that you will have to wear your hair in a mohawk for a full week
Oh.
at school.
At school.
Get your teachers' reactions, get your friends' reactions, get your family's reactions.
Ah.
1 week with the mohawk, and film a vlog about it. That can come out the week after I post my vlog reacting to Baby Mozart.
Are you gonna do that in this vlog?
I mean, I guess we can do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, that way my punishment can end
Welcome to
sooner.
the Brice Brown Show, where I interview people. Hey, person.
Hi!
What did you think of Baby Mozart? Analyze each track.
First, to talk about the album as a whole, I do commend each arrangement for being really soft and inviting. I listened to this album a lot while doing homework, just because it was so calming and, you know, not really distracting me from anything. Go track by track. I don't know, the tune-up, you know, it does set the stage, makes it seem like you're about to listen to a show. But I do like the little fanfare. That's a good motif that you know, it kind of bookends the whole album, and that's a nice touch. Then there's that first piano sonata. Really like that composition for how simple it is, how it goes up the scales, how it arpeggiates. Then there's that other piano sonata. It does seem just like a little bit fillery, but I do like how in the composition it's just really fast, you know, lots of 16th note runs, and having the two piano sonatas one after the other, you know, that added some cohesiveness. I really liked the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star variations, but then the really nice two variations that go up and down and all around using the chord changes underneath. You know, as a jazz musician, that was really cool to see applied to a classical music context.
It's getting dark out here.
Let's see, this piano sonata is really nice. I like the sparseness of that and how it just kind of gets a little bit more populated as it goes.
It's Captain Amurrika.
America.
And then the concerto for flute and harp is really pretty. The Casio keyboard is kind of annoying. You know, if you're going to be recording something that uses a flute and a harp, use a flute and a harp. I like the use of counterpoint between those two instruments. And then how once those are done playing off of each other, there was the new instrument brought in. And I listened to the an actual orchestral version of that, and it sounded like it did roughly the same thing. So I like how the Baby Einstein arrangement was pretty faithful to that. After that, piano sonata. Oh, piano sonata in A. Okay, that is my personal favorite Mozart composition. I really like the chromaticisms. I like how it goes from major to minor.
Strike that. Reverse it.
I say it's like the single of the album. I see it as the Ticket to Ride or the Can't Buy Me Love of this album.
I guess so. What kind of annoyed me, and this happened throughout the whole album, was the chimes. I don't like the chimes. Even if it is supposed to be a motif, I don't like the chimes. The chimes are superfluous. There's another piano sonata, this arrangement, they use an oboe sound. which I think works really well for the way this melody flows. Speeds up and, you know, gets more sparse. I like the pause in between some of the sections. Sonata in D for 2 pianos is one of my more favorite tracks from this. I like the use of the marimbas instead of pianos, because I really love how in the middle you have one melody going, and you can tell it's going back and forth between the two, and there's kind of that vertical sequencing going on, and then eventually they pile on top of each other. They harmonize with each other. That's a really cool part about the composition I like, and I bet it would sound really good on, you know, marimbas. Like marimbas. Divertimento number 17 in D. Did I skip one?
You skipped the filler track.
I skipped the filler track. This goes to show you how much I don't care for that track, that I just completely skip over it. I'm imagining, like, if this was a stage show, that would be the music that plays while they're changing scenes. Divertimento is really sweet. I think I actually prefer the arrangement there with, like, the kind of pipe organ sound to the more orchestral version. I feel like the composition itself is kind of cartoony, so having the cartoony instrumentation makes it work. The piano sonata in B flat I really liked because it kind of had a ragtime feel to it. The way it kind of chromatically goes up in the beginning, quick singable repetition in the middle, kind of bouncy rhythm. I really like that. Piano sonata in F. I don't know, it's kind of nice. The pizzicato strings in the background with the glockenspiel. The magic flute arias, those were fun. It does sound like it has a more rich arrangement than the rest of the tracks, which makes sense since the rest of them are mostly piano sonatas, and this one is actually meant for like an orchestra accompanying an opera singer. That arrangement is much more rich on the Baby Einstein version too, and I really liked that. And then Symphony number 41 I have kind of mixed feelings about, because it opens with those awful Casio keyboard strings, and it builds and it gets more grand, and that's kind of nice, but the grandness is kind of undermined by the fact that it's all like fake instruments. But that being said, they close the album with the really nice, soft, spacey keyboard playing that really slow thing at the end, and that's the only place in the album where I feel like the chimes really do make a difference. That's like, it's a really good soft way to end the album. It'll just be like wrapping up and saying like, here we are, it's done. Wasn't that great? So, Brice, I still maintain that I don't have the same context for appreciating this album as you do, but I will appreciate it for what it is, and what it is really pretty.
The next time I punish you, I'm gonna make you listen to every single Baby Einstein song.
I hate you.
Brice, I'll see you in Portland.